Morning. Sure my mic is on. So I'm just going to give you a little class here today, focusing on stretching and also on core strength of the body. So it's kind of my morning combination anyway. I usually wake up, do some stretching to open up my body, and then I always do my sit-ups and I do some glute stuff. So I'm going to structure the class around that and just to put this out there so that my brother can have this class as well per his request for this combo. So we're in sync. This is my favorite combo as well, stretch and strength. And I hope you have a beautiful, happy birthday, Jesse. Here is your class. You can practice it at any time. So we'll start lying down just to do a bit of a stretching. And you might want some props to help out if you have a towel, a strap, a belt, a long sock, something that you might be able to grab your leg with if you need a little bit of assistance there. But starting out, just go ahead and lie down on your back and take a few moments just to relax through your spine. And especially if you have a lot of tension in your back, see if you can soften the spine into the mat and feeling as if you're just releasing all the way into the earth beneath you. Good. And one option is just to stay here. You could bring the knees together and the feet wide if that gives you a nice release into the low back area. My favorite way to start is opening the knees the opposite direction with the soles of the feet together. Gives a nice deep opening into the hips. I feel a little stretch into my low back, but this could cause discomfort. So choose what works best for you. And then let's actually either open the arms wide with the hands facing up, or you could even bend the elbows and sweep the arms slightly back. And this is just going to open up the chest and shoulders a little bit here. So again, choosing the comfortable place in your body. Then close your eyes and just take a few moments to just get quiet, get still, come present. So no matter what you've got on the schedule for today, and in these times you might not have anything on the schedule, but either way, the mind likes to run around like crazy, likes to think about either all the stuff we need to get done, or it likes to rethink the things we already did that we might not feel good about, likes to replay conversations or things we could have done differently. And then in these times as well, it likes to stay in emotional states as well, whether you're feeling fear, you're feeling anxiety, just trying to figure out what this outcome is going to be. So, whatever is going on in your mind, see if you can just let it all go through the duration of this practice. And then this creates a reset. So, we take a break from engaging with the mind. We allow ourselves, our mind, to be quiet and still, and our attention to instead draw into this present moment. And then when we do check back in with whatever it was we were focusing on before, we might be able to come back with a new, fresh perspective. Things might have shifted towards what we were thinking about. So that is the goal. At the same time, we're just going to let the body open up, stretch, clear out tension, and then at the same time get some strong active core going. So again, my brother's request here, and he's always been very intuitive and on track. So it's very important to stretch our bodies. We can get stagnant, especially if we're sitting a lot or if we're just not mobile. The body tightens up, which creates tension, discomfort, and blockages in our energy. And then also, it's so important to have strong core strength. If your core is strong, it will help if you have low back pain. If the core is weak, then you can experience more pain. Our core is also connected to our digestion and our immune system. So at these times, it's very important to have all of that energy circulating, moving, and a strength in those areas. All right, so let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Deep breath in the nose and a big open mouth exhale. Good. And again, even bigger. Really fill up and expand and open the lungs with the breath in. Breathing out of the mouth, just clear out, release, and let go. Again, deep breath in, continuing to open the body from the inside out. Open mouth exhale. Let's do 2 more. Deep breath in. So already just bringing some circulation internally in the body here, the blood flow, oxygen to our body. Exhaling, letting go, releasing stress or tension. And last one, biggest, fullest breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And now take 3 rounds of just breathing in and out of the nose. Same deep breath in. Slow breath out of the nose. So now moving that breath in the body more, deeper into the muscles, tendons, joints. Inhale. Exhale internally, calming, quieting, engaging, and connecting. One more. Inhale. Exhale, slowing down. Draw your knees together now if they weren't already, and pull your knees into your chest. You can either grab the tops of the knees or under the thighs here and start to rock side to side. See if you can really lengthen the spine, pressing low back into the ground and giving yourself somewhat of a massaging feeling into the spine here. A gentle compression to the front of the hips and a little bit of compression in the abdomen as well. So let's open up into a twist, dropping the knees left, letting the arms open wide, and the head could turn towards the right shoulder to open up the left side of the neck and just find comfort there. And then especially if the back is pretty tight starting out, just do your best to relax and let go rather than holding on to a place of tension, resisting or fighting the posture. Instead, start breathing long and deep and see if you can relax into your own body. Allow the body to open, tension to dissolve, to soften and let go. And by breathing longer and deeper breaths, again, we're slowing everything down and we're encouraging any tension, stagnant energy to move out of the body. Twisting always creates an internal cleanse as well, working deep into our organs, again, helping to stimulate, cleanse the digestive tract, as well as helping the spine here. Stay engaged and present. A couple more breaths here, in and out of the nose. All right, go ahead and bring your knees back up and let's drop the knees to the other side and move gently, especially if you have a lot of back pain. You just want to gently move through these postures and just be where you need to be so you're not overdoing it or straining, but then see if you can, again, relax and let go and try to just allow the body to open. You could also use support underneath the knees to keep the knees higher. And if that back shoulder doesn't meet the ground, just allow it to be where it's at. And as you breathe, begin to soften more. And practice breathing longer, deeper than your normal breath. If you're feeling tenderness, try to breathe into that area so you're softening that area, encouraging that area to let go. Our breath is a vital part. It is our necessary part of our existence. We are not alive if we're not breathing, but also with helping with any dis-ease in our body. The breath is what helps to clear that out and release that as well. So really just connect to and utilize the breath here. Visualization is great too, visualizing that any pain is dissolving and releasing. Negative energies replaced with positive energies. Darkness replaced with light. All right, slowly come out of your twist. Draw the knees back in. Holding the knees again, the tops of the knees here, or backs of thighs if that's more accessible. Couple more rocks side to side. So again, just releasing your spine from the twisting there. Going to get a stretch going into our hamstrings here. So hold on to your right knee. Lengthen your left leg down to the ground. So you can either hold the top of the knee or under the thigh. Again, you could use a strap or towel if that works better and place that underneath your thigh to hold. Starting out with the knee bent, just start to pull your knee towards your body any amount while relaxing through the front of the left hip flexor. And then move the knee side to side a few times. Just feeling a little bit of motion, movement into the right hip joint, getting the blood flow circulating there. Breathing deeply, relaxed. All right, and then we're going to extend the leg straight up to the ceiling. So here's where you might want to have something to hold onto your leg, strap, towel, anything, or hands can grab the thigh. Now your knee might have to stay bent, which is okay, gradually working to lengthen and straighten the leg more. Your leg might be lower. Just work within your range. And if you're able to walk the hands higher up the leg, you can grab calf or ankle, foot or toes. Don't get discouraged by me. I've been a ballet dancer my whole life, so I've worked at this my whole life. So stretching doesn't mean you can't stretch if you're not good at it, and there's no such thing as no good at it. Excuse me, not being good at it. Stretching is meant to help you open up your body. So there is no end point here. There is no what's good and what's bad. So you find it within your body. Our goal is trying to open up the hamstring right now. So being with wherever you need to be, and then breathe. Maybe even just close the eyes, find that visualization, that tension is dissolving. That with each breath, you're feeling a release, more freedom within your body. Long, deep breaths, just like we cultivated at the beginning. The breath is what helps the tension dissolve, helps to slow down, to calm and relax. Seeing if you can feel that with each breath, that you might be feeling more of a release, possibly a deepening to the stretch. And if you're stretching on your own, you want to give yourself time long enough, not just 2 breaths here and done. Long enough time so the body can relax. It takes time for the body to let go. Try to keep the upper body relaxed, the jaw relaxed. Good, and now you're going to keep the right hand either on your under your thigh, your calf, or your foot, or if you're using a strap or towel, holding that in just the right hand. You're going to press down on that left thigh and then start to open your right leg to the right. Now you can bend the right elbow and you might be able to rest your right elbow on the ground. If it doesn't meet the ground, you're just going to move within your range and pause there. Leg might not be all the way straight, and that's okay. We want to resist keeping left hip pressed down. So rather than falling to the right, press the left leg down as you draw the right leg open. Again, you move within your own range, and we're feeling this opening into the inner right thigh, and feeling a length into the front of the left. Keep breathing here. Try to keep upper body relaxed. If you're feeling a lot of intensity, increase the length of the breath. Do your best to relax rather than tense more. Breathe through it. Stay with it. Keep your attention on the breath. So the mind likes to tell us when it's uncomfortable and when we should stop in its own way. So instead, see if you can disengage from that mind and just keep breathing. One more big breath here. Slowly bring your leg back up. You're just going to bend the knee again and extend the leg out long. Slowly, gently releasing. And you can give that leg a little shake there. Release from that deep stretch. We'll switch it out. So now grabbing the left knee, pulling the left knee into the chest. So again, maybe you're grabbing under thigh if that feels better, or top of knee. You could have a strap or towel underneath your thigh. Pull the knee in and then begin to move the knee side to side. So we're just getting a little movement going here. Gently opening up before we deepen the stretch. Breathing still. and then we'll straighten the leg out slowly, gently. So again, you'll find your range. Your leg might be much lower. Your knee might start a little bent. You can use something underneath thigh so that the leg might be lower. And otherwise, you're going to work at your range, maybe walking the hands higher up. Our goal here is to try to create length to the back of the leg. So if the knee is starting out bent, and rather than pulling the leg close to your body and bending, see if maybe by lowering it, you can straighten it more. So we allow the hamstring to lengthen. Most of the time, our knees and our legs are bent, whether we're seated, walking, or whatever. So we want to allow the length to come to the hamstring. And again, just breathe, breathe, breathe. Relax, relax, relax as best you can. Try not to force. Forcing creates tension. So you start maybe a little gentler, and with each breath, as the body relaxes, you might be able to find a little more. And with stretching, it's most beneficial to do this every day, maybe even twice a day, morning and night. Do it one time and then be done with, think you're going to have a miraculous effect, outcome. No, stretching needs to be done in consistent basis, just as anything, just as strength training and everything. You need to be consistent with it. Keep it up. So hopefully this will help you jumpstart your stretch practice. Deep, deep breaths here. Relax the upper body. Couple more breaths. Stay with it. All right, so the left hand is going to stay on the left leg, wherever that is for you, or if you're holding a strap or towel, it's going to stay. The other arm is going to press down on your right leg extended to keep the right hip down. Use the left arm to open the left leg to the side, finding the range that works. Again, knee might be slightly bent. I'm trying to go for length here. And if the elbow can touch the floor, then that will create some support here. And then press down in the opposite hip. So you're keeping the right side down. Avoid rolling off to the side. So that's even going to engage the core a little bit. And then just feel the length driving out through the back of the left leg and out the heel. Just find your range. Maybe close the eyes and breathe. So let go of the judgment you might be feeling on your body, on yourself, and instead just do the opposite. Give some compassion, give some love to allowing your body just to let go and open up more. We're all different too, just by anatomy as well. So we might be naturally more open or flexible, and we might be the opposite. We can work towards being more, but it takes that allowing and not forcing, forgiveness rather than judgment, encouragement. Keep the breath flowing here. Relax the jaw, your eyes, your mind. One more breath. Slowly bring the leg back up. Bend the knee, stretch the leg out. Give that left leg a little stretch as well, or shake out, that is. And then hug the knees back to the chest and give yourself a couple more rocks side to side. Gonna check out what's coming up here. Oh, good. We're getting some happy birthday messages. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some core. So after our stretching, we feel nice and open. We are gonna get nice and strong into the core. So I'm gonna start with one that I really like. And if this doesn't work again in your body, I like to have my knees open in this reclined butterfly position. But the action is going to come by really pressing the soles of the feet together. You'll feel that in, connection high up in the inner thigh and groin area. Then you're going to scoop the navel in deeply. And again, if this is bad for your back, you can just keep the feet down and knees up and feel the same action of scooping the navel in. Good. So you might even lift the heels up a little bit, or if feet can stay down, but really squeeze the soles of the feet together. Scoop the navel, hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide. So the hands behind the head can help support your neck here. You want to try not to use your head to lift. You want to really just use firing up of the navel to lift your body up. Keep squeezing the feet together so those inner thighs, so our core is the whole area. It's not just this part of our abs, pelvis, hips, spine. It's all engaged where the inner thighs connect to pelvis. All right, so elbows nice and wide. Press the feet strong, navel in. Otherwise, feet are just down on the mat. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, draw the navel in and lift your chest straight up towards the ceiling. Try not to curl the spine or draw elbows in. And then as you exhale, slowly lower. Actually, that was an inhale here. And exhale, lift. I lost my breath. Each inhale, you're going to lower with control. And exhale, scoop and lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale, lift. Now notice we're moving slow. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So moving slower requires controlled movement rather than just moving with momentum here. And it's been found that this builds a lot more strength in deep internal work rather than just the surface level. So just notice how this feels for you to move slower. Inhaling lower, and with the exhale, you want to lift. Try to keep the elbows wide. And if you want more of a challenge, you might not lower all the way down. As you lower, you might just hover the head a couple inches. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Keep the feet squeezed. Keep the belly in. Try not to arch your back here. So navels to spine. Keep going. Go at your own pace if you need to move even slower. Otherwise, though, try not to speed it up too much. And really, really feel that you're scooping the navel in to lift up, that you're keeping the elbows wide, the feet glued together. A yogic approach, a more mindful approach. And I'm already starting to feel that little burn, that little heat there. It's good. Keep going, a few more here. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, the last one we're going to hold up. If you need support for the head or the neck, keep the hands behind the head, elbows wide, chest is up, trying to lift the shoulders slightly off the mat. Otherwise, the hands can reach right by the sides of the knees. Doesn't matter if palms are up or down. Navel in, try to keep the back of the neck long, and we're just going to go side to side. So reaching right shoulder to right knee and then switching opposite. Shoulders stay up, and you're just doing these little kind of side bends here. So we're going to work the obliques, but the navel stays in. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep scooping the belly. Again, if you're feeling the neck, hands support the neck, but you're still moving side to side. So it's kind of like you're doing just side bends here. Shoulders stay up. Breathe. If you want a little more challenge, a little more deep core strength, squeeze the feet and lift the feet off the ground as you're doing this. If this causes any strain, keep the feet down. Just a bit, few more. Breathe with your movements. Keep the belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Hug the knees together. Pull the knees in. Couple rocks side to side. So we release the hips. We release the spine again. Take a couple deep breaths. Just feel that fire and that strengthening in the navel. All right, we're going to keep going with some core work here on the back. Arms down by the sides. And if you want a little more support for your back, just lift the hips up and slide the hands under. So again, we want to try to keep the spine rooted rather than letting the back arch. Now you might have a slight curve, your natural curve, but you want to draw the navel in so you're supporting the spine here. And then scooping the belly as the knees are in as close as you can. Let's flex the feet so we're finding a charge of the legs. Inhale, extend the right leg straight forward and pull the left knee in. And then exhale, switch. Good. Keep that going, alternating. We're going to start with this expression with the arms down and the head down. Again, hands can be under hips. And if this is too much or you're feeling an arc in the spine or strain, just keep the legs on a little more angle up towards the ceiling. And so the feeling the opposition of one knee drawing in as well as the other leg extending is what really gets deeply into the core navel. Keep feeling the scoop. And then we're alternating with breath, inhaling, exhaling. And again, see if you can move a little slower today. And so that gives you time to really extend to your fullest range. So the more you can pull the knee in, opposite leg out, you really feel that intensity. So keep going. If you're able to bring the feet a little closer to the ground, feel free without straining spine. Now, if you want a little more here, you could lift the head up and the shoulders off the mat. Stay there. If you need support of the neck, you can have the hands behind the head. Keep it going. We're going to do enough that we really feel a burn here. Although I'm already kind of feeling it. Let's just do 10 more. 10. If you're moving slower, move slower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Smiling always helps. 3, 2. One more each side. 1. Take a brief little pause. Knees in. Rock it side to side if you need. Relaxing the upper body for a moment, and then we're going to come right back in. Same movement, adding a twist into it. So this time, we will bring the head off the ground, interlace fingers behind the head, elbows nice and wide. As you inhale, twist. Right elbow, left knee, and as you exhale, twist opposite. Keep going side to side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, try to move a little slower than you normally would. So again, we're not just charging through, but we're moving slow, finding our full range. Just see if that feels different to you to move slower. Good. Again, your legs might be on more of an angle. You could keep the knees just bent and twist side to side if that works better for you. Really working deep into the obliques, transverse abdominals. Keep scooping the belly. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more each side. And then lower down, hug the knees in. Again, just take a little moment to relax the upper body. Breathe deeply. All right, kick the feet straight up, flex the toes again. And then arms are either by the sides of the body or under the hips as earlier. This time as you inhale, lower the right leg down while keeping left leg up. And as you exhale, completely switch. That's it, scissoring the legs. And again, you'll find your range. You might just make it very small and you're still going to get the feeling, keeping the belly in, spine grounded. Otherwise, see how low you can hover without arching the spine. Alternating inhales and exhales. And again, we're moving slow rather than super quick. You move slower, you're able to be more mindful of keeping the alignment, the integrity in the body. If you want to add on, lift the head. If you need support, hands behind the head, or you could reach the arms straight forward. Got 10 more here. 10. Again, you're moving at your own pace. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Again, try smiling. 2, you can even laugh through it, especially if it's super intense. 1. Oh, nice. Draw the knees in. Just a moment. We're going to finish out this little sequence here. Kick the feet straight up, arms down or under the hips. Squeeze the legs strong together. And you could always have a bend of the knees as needed. This time, as you inhale, start to lower the legs. Pause before you arch or straighten your spine. And then exhale, belly in and lift, and move slow again. Inhale, slowly lower. Find your range without arching. Exhale, try not to kick the legs up. Scoop the belly to lift. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. Nice. And then keep going. You might be moving slower if you have a bigger range or if you need to. And again, I always prefer moving slower than quick. When you move quick, you just start straining other things. Other things kick in and take over, like your back or your legs. So when you move slow, you can really keep the attention that this movement is coming from the navel, the core, rather than any other areas of the body that might try to take over. Let's do 5. 5. Belly into lift. 4. 3. 2. On this last one, we're going to hold the legs. So you might be here or here or here or here. Now hold, 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 belly in, squeeze. And if you want more, lift the head and shoulders and reach the hands. We're going to count to 10, 9, belly in, 8, 7, hands could support the neck, 6, 5, keep the shoulders up if you are, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ugh, relax, draw the knees in. So again, release the spine here. Curling a bit with the knees in. So releasing the back. Deep breaths. Should be feeling good in the belly. All right, rock yourself forward and back a few times if that's okay for your spine, or come up to seat however you need. Good. Ooh, actually, I wanted to do something more. Let's actually do one more core, and then we're going to come back down, get a little glute before we get up. So we're going to sit with the knees bent and the feet on the ground. You're going to place your hands behind you, so kind of like you're resting back. This could be done on the hands or the forearms, so you can test out what feels better for you. So once your weight is in your arms, you're going to lift your feet up. Good. This feel like a lot already. Scoop the navel. So try not to curl the spine too much and try not to arch the back though, keeping navel in strong. And then as you inhale, we're going to lower to that half point and exhale, come back up and bring the knees to chest as close as you can get. Inhale, extend out and exhale up. Good. Keep that going. You'll find your range. You might just go a couple inches and back up. Nice and slow, especially when you come back in, that you're not just doing it in that quick, unaware movement, but you're really slowly using the navel to draw the knees back in. We're doing 10 here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, just one more. Oh, take just a little break. If you need to, you can shift the hips side to side. And we're going to do that same motion, but add a little twist. So we're going to inhale, extend. Actually, sorry, I had to figure this out. You're going to roll on your right hip as you extend. So you're creating a twist as you extend, and you'll feel that left oblique activate. Inhale there, and then exhale, come to center. Now other side, roll on the left hip, extend the legs. Exhale, back up. Inhale, roll on the one hip, twist and extend, and exhale up. And then you keep that going. Good. So the more you can twist over on the opposite hip, you'll really fire up the obliques there. Again, you might just take many movements here and still feel it. Legs don't have to extend all the way. But wanting to really get over on that hip. Good. And let's do 5 more here, each side. So here's 5 and 5. Keep breathing. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2 and 2. One more each side. 1 and 1. Nice. Lower the feet back down. We're actually going to lie back down on the back for a moment. Take a little break. Knees could be together. If you like want to open up your hips again, feel free, or you can rock side to side. So you can listen to what your body feels and wants or needs in this moment where you might need a release there. Maybe a little mini happy baby. All right, giving the abs a break here. We're going to get the glutes just a little bit because, again, the glutes, all of this is part of our core, and we often skip sometimes. Maybe you focus more here, but glutes necessary to have strong as well. So knees bent, feet open wide, so you're about hip distance apart here. Now, very important that we don't let the knees fall open or we get all weird. We want to keep the alignment, the knees align with hips and the toes forward as well, but it's okay if you need to be a little wider. If you have something like a block, a pillow that you could put between the thighs so you're actively squeezing, you could do that as well. Otherwise, imagine you're squeezing something between the thighs so that the thighs don't open but they stay engaged. Arms down on the mat, and we're just going to do some bridge lifts here. So really press into the heels, feeling the firing of the glutes and hamstrings, and then inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, lower, but don't touch all the way down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower, but don't touch all the way down. So the glutes are staying active the whole time. Really press down into heels, and that's going to fire up hamstrings and glutes more. Now with these, be mindful of your back. So if you have tenderness, just do smaller range of motion. You'll still feel the action as long as you're rooting into heels and feeling the lift come from the glutes rather than your back. Arms are firm in the ground and the shoulders are pressed down. And if you have a higher range, you can continue to lift the hips higher. Inhaling as you lift and exhaling as you lower. And just keep going. Enjoy it. Again, if you need to move even slower, then honor that. So you're really being mindful, moving with integrity. So you want to activate the right muscles rather than letting other things kick in, which will then cause the opposite effect in your body. So rooting to the heels, squeezing and lifting the glutes and hamstring. Not over squeezing, but just activating so the lift comes from the glutes and hamstrings. Let's do 10 more here. I'm already feeling it. 9. Make sure knees are pointing straight forward. 7. 6. Keep the arms and shoulders rooted. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, we're going to hold it up. So your range might be just a bit of a lift or as high as your spine allows without tension in the spine. Glutes are active, heels are pressing down. Press stronger into the arms, and then we're going to try to either just come up onto the right toes, firing up that left glute more, or you might be able to lift the leg. If this is too much to lift the opposite leg, just keep the toes barely touching so you're firing up left glute more. And then wherever you're at, we're going to lower just down and up using only that right glute there. Good. So again, one leg is either lifted or maybe just the toes touching. So you're really just working the one glute to lift you up and down. Breathe. Just 10 here. 10. 9. 8. Use the glute rather than your arms. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Just 2 more. 2. And 1. Good. Keep the hips up. Bring the right leg back down or whatever leg you had up. And then either just lift to the toes of the opposite foot or bring that opposite leg up. Now, using that bottom glute to do all the work, keep pressing into the heel, glute is active, and then you're just lowering down and up, only really using that one glute there. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you lower, staying slow with the movements and finding the range that works for you. Maybe lifting a little higher each time if you have that in you without straining the spine. Let's do 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Smiling always helps me get to it, through it too. And last one. And lower down. All right, so we'll take a little stretch here. Bring your left heel on top of your right thigh for a figure 4. You can stay right there and just feel that release into the outer left glute, or you can grab under your right thigh and then pull the knee in, pressing that left knee forward. Try to keep the low back down as best you can, upper body relax, and just breathe. Releasing the glutes, that outer hip here. Maybe rock side to side if that feels good. So feel free to just take movements, again, that maybe your body might want. Deep breath. So we're back into the breathing for stretch. Let's switch it out. Switch the legs into the opposite figure 4. Again, you could keep the foot down or grab under thigh and pull the knee into the body. And you're feeling the release in the outer hip and glute now. Try to keep the low back pressing towards the mat, and then you might rock side to side. Nice deep breaths here. All right, both knees back to the chest. We're going to rock forward and back again, or however you want to come up to a seat. And let's just get a little stretch into the hamstrings too after that one, and we're just going to get a little bit more core. So inhale, arms up with the legs extended, and exhale, reach forward. So again, you'll find your range. If you can't quite grab feet, you'll grab wherever you can meet. Bending the knees might help to stretch spine more and be softer in the legs. Strap or towel, anything you have can be placed around the feet. Working with the breath. So with each inhale, pull the chest forward or feel that you are. And as you exhale, see if you can relax more towards the legs. Each inhale, get a little pull forward. And exhale, relax. Inhale. Exhale, relax your neck. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And then lift your body up. Let's sweep around here. Coming up onto hands and knees. We're going to get a little more full body core strength here. So hands are right underneath the shoulders here. Knees are open hip distance. Let's just move the spine a bit first with some cow and cat. Inhaling, lift the chest, pull the shoulders back, and let the belly and the low back sway a bit. Then exhale, scoop everything in and round the spine. Press strong through the arms. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, open that low back. Exhale, belly to spine, chin to chest, upper spine rounds. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Good. Come back to neutral spine. Tuck your toes under. Let's move into down dog. And down dog is a really good stretch as well. So you might need to keep the knees bent. So what we want to try to get is, rather than a rounded spine, we want to try to press the chest back, open up the arms, and drive the heels down. But you can create that with the knees bent if it helps. So really move your chest back to open up the shoulders here. If you have a wider frame, or definitely guys sometimes want to have their arms open a little wider. That feels good. And then just take some deep breaths here. With each breath, seeing if you can work the heels closer to the mat, the chest closer to the thighs. At the same time, feel a wrapping in of the outer arms rather than just letting the shoulders open and chest drop. So you're supporting this opening. Deep breaths. Feel the length and stretch into the legs, into the spine, and the opening to the chest and shoulders. 3 more breaths here. Keep pressing strong through the arms, moving the chest back and away from the mat. One more breath. And now we'll shift forward to a high plank, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, and then walk the feet farther back so you don't stay with the hips perched up a bit. Hips are coming in line with spine, but not overdoing it to where you're straining your back. So belly in, firm up the thighs, press strong through the arms so chest is pulling. You also don't want to sway in the upper back, so you want to lift the upper spine by pulling chest in. So this is a super full body strengthener, just holding a plank. So we're going to hold. If you find that this bothers your wrist, try spreading the fingers apart and pressing into the fingertips. If needed, you can come to forearms or be on your fists as well. Strong breaths, gaze right down at the mat and see if you can feel the energy line from the crown of the head through the spine and out the heels. Each breath, pull the navel deeper to spine. When you start to feel that you're losing it, press stronger. Build the strength. Press away from the mat. Tighten the navel. Firm up the legs. 3 more breaths here. If you're feeling a little shake, just welcome that little shake. Means the body is working. 1 more breath. Now we're going to slowly lower to the ground. See if you can keep this shape as you lower. If you feel that the belly's dipping, that's going to strain the back. Drop the knees if that's the case. To lower down, squeeze the elbows by the ribs rather than letting the elbows open. This gets the backs of the arms, the triceps. So slowly, 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 slowly lower all the way down. Prop yourself up onto your elbows now. Elbows are under shoulders. Press the arms, forearms, and hands down strong. And now feel length of the back. So lengthen, 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 and then you can lift any amount trying to keep the length. The belly is in rather than just relaxing, so that's going to support the back. Continue to press down through the arms, pull the chest up. And then as we open the low back here, let's relax the head. Let the chin drop, the head fall to the mat. And just feel this release into the neck and the shoulders, the upper traps. And feel free to explore moving one ear to one shoulder, breathing. You can stay or move side to side, finding fluid movements, or if you find a good spot that needs some time, breathe. So even though we're releasing the neck, we're still active in the arms, forearms and hands pressing down. The belly stays in. So you're feeling pectoral muscles, chest strength here. Couple more breaths. And then lift the head back up. Keep the strength of the arms. Tuck your toes under. One option for a modified version is to keep the knees down, pull the belly in, and just lift the hips, but not all the way back. So you're in your plank, but a forearm plank. For more, lift the knees as well. Bring the body into that strong line. Careful not to sway in the low back. Belly in. Firm the thighs. Press away from the mat. Strengthen the arms and gently squeeze the outer arms together. Again, breathe. Nice and strong here. If you start to strain your spine or dip, then drop the knees and engage the strength in the correct alignment here. It'll defeat the purpose if you allow that to happen. Deep, deep breaths. Three more breaths. Stay with it. Press down through the arms. Keep the navel in. Firm the legs. Feel the side bodies working. All right, one more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower. We're just going to open the elbows wide, make a little cactus arm, turn your head to one cheek, and then relax here. See if you can relax the shoulders, the arms, the chest, and the low back here. Take some deep breaths. Just a little break. We're going to come right back in. All right, not too much of a break. Press yourself back up onto your forearms. We're going to come back into our forearm plank. Your knees can be down. You can do everything we're doing with the knees down, but keeping belly in. Now we're going to keep the right arm as our base, and we're going to slowly shift onto the outer edges of both feet. Flex your feet so you're really on the edges of the feet. Press your hips up and firm the legs. You could even stay right here with both hands and arms down and both feet down. Or you can bring your top arm to ceiling or hip. Press the hips up and feel the strength underneath your side body. For more, hand can be up. For more, you can lift this front leg. Either stack your feet or keep the leg lifted. So variations on this. Keep lifting that bottom hip. Feel the muscles under your left side body, serratus. Chest is open, legs are strong, deep breaths. You can always adjust this arm as well to a more comfortable place. Breathe. We're going to try 5 little hip dips. So your feet can be stacked on the ground or with a lifted leg. And you're going to slowly lower the bottom hip down and then press back up. That's 1. Down, we're moving slow. Back up is 2. Down. Back up is 3. Last one. Oops, no, 2 more. I don't know how to count. Last one. Now, slowly with control, come back to your forearms. We're going to go directly to the other side. I'm just going to switch around here. Left arm is your base. Roll onto the left arm and first stabilize. You can keep other hand down. Both feet can be on the ground. And you can then bring the hand to hip or ceiling. For more, you can try stacking your feet. You might even lift the top leg. Hold here and breathe. Lift the bottom hip, open the chest. Feel strength underneath the bottom side there, right side. And breathe. Stay strong. Don't give up. Don't give in. So now we have 5 hip dips. Again, if you need to adjust your legs for this, do so. You can be on hip. As you inhale, lower the bottom hip and exhale lift. That's 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. That's 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. That's 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale up is 4. Last one. And exhale up. Good. Slowly come back to center, forearms here. And now we lower back down. Widen the elbows. Turn to the opposite cheek. And just relax. Letting the chest and shoulders soften, the low back soften, and breathe deeply here. All right, slowly press yourself back up, hands and knees. And let's come back to our high plank. I'm going to switch around again. Let's do one more thing here. High plank, we're going to take the same thing we just did, but in a full high plank, a side plank here. So right hand is the base. First, roll over on the edges of the feet. Flex the toes, lift the bottom hip. You can stay there with the feet, maybe bring hand to hip or ceiling. Open up here. Fingers wide, fingers facing forward. Now your choice. You can lift the leg, stack the feet, or keep it lifted. We're just going to stay here and breathe. Keep that left hip lifted, chest open, nice and strong through bottom arm. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stay here. We slowly come back through the center, core engage, and directly to the other side. Again, both feet can be down. Hand can be to hip or ceiling, or you stack the feet, maybe lift the bottom leg. Stay strong through the bottom arm and leg, and breathe here. Strong navel. Breathe 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back to the center. Take an inhale. Let's exhale back to down dog. Stretch it out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Drop down to hands and knees. Come into child's pose. Knees open wide, hips to heels. Soften the spine. Relax in the hips. Forehead to mat. If your hips need to stay up, just stay where you need to be. Take some deep breaths to release your spine and the hips here. Slow the breathing back down after working the body in an intense way. All right, bring yourself back to hands and knees. I want to get one more good stretch in that I know is needed for many, and that's a hip flexor. So you're going to step the right foot forward, come into a kneeling lunge. You want to make sure the heel is under the knee. Now this might be enough right here, or you can start to move the back knee farther back until you find a deep, deep stretch. If you need a little support under your hands, if you have blocks or pillows, you can place those under to lift the body higher. So all we want to do right now is allow the hips to open rather than finding a strong active lunge. So you might be more here. We want to avoid having the knee go past the heel, different stretch. So want to keep this knee aligned over heel, and if you're going deeper, back knee moves back. And then just allow the hips to soften. Maybe close the eyes and breathe. If you want to be more active, feel free to lift the arms up. Hands could be at the heart or to the ceiling, maybe feeling back bend. And if that's too much, just keep the hands down, maybe on the thigh. Just really allow the hips to shift, breathing into the hip flexor, into the front thigh. Long, deep breaths. Here we are back in the letting go, the softening, trying not to force or resist, just to breathe, to open. Your expression, what works for you. Again, if you want to get deeper or more active, arms can be up or supported on blocks. 3 more breaths. Give the body time to open. One more breath. Slowly release the hands. We're going to move into half split, which means we shift our hips back and just straighten front leg, getting back into the hamstring again. Good. You might need to prop yourself up, either on props or front hand to shin. If you want to get deeper, walk it forward, find the range for you. For a little more in the outer leg, try turning your toes outward to the edge of your mat, and that's going to get the IT band outer leg here. And then just breathe deeply. Relax the neck and the jaw. Try to keep the breath deep. So again, if we shorten the breath, if we bring resistance in, then we're just going to keep the body in that state. Soft jaw and neck. Two more breaths here. And then shift back into your lunge. We're just going to switch it out now. So you can bring the right leg back and step the left leg forward. So again, stacking the knee over the heel. And then if you're going deeper, start to move the back knee back more. So you keep this alignment and you're increasing the stretch in the hip flexor. So again, hands can stay on the ground. Hands can come to blocks here if you want. Maybe you lift the upper body more, rest on thigh, or if you want to get into a strong expression, chest up, arms up, maybe even feeling a back bend. Really wanting to work the hip flexor though, the hips here. So choose what helps you to bring that stretch in without overdoing it. Deep breaths. Feel free to close your eyes. Find that visualization again of any tension, discomfort, just dissolving out of your body. Two more breaths. Slowly release the hands. We move back into half split. Shift your hips back, straighten the front leg, scooch the heel forward. Again, prop yourself up if you need to be higher, or walk it forward if you want to feel more. Wherever you're at, relax the neck and the jaw. Close the eyes and just tune into the breath. Again, let go of judgment, where you should be, and just accept where you're at. The goal is to open the body right now, nothing else. You could turn the toes open outward to feel the outer leg stretch, IT band. Keep breathing. Slow the breathing down. Encourage your body to relax and let go. And then go ahead and lift your body back up. Good. Rebend the knee. We'll come back to hands and knees into your tabletop. And then go ahead and sweep around. Lie down on your back. Boy, hour flies by. Could have done so much more. Well, this is part one of our stretch and strength. Maybe I'll get a part two going with some other stuff in there. So hug the knees, rock side to side. Just release the spine again. Relax the shoulders and the head. And then we'll open to a happy baby. So you could either hold the knees and open the knees and feet wide. You might grab under thighs or kick the feet up to either grab the calves, ankles, or feet. We want to avoid lifting the hips up to do so because we want to release the spine at the same time. So that might work better to grab the thighs here and to keep the head and shoulders down. So we don't want to be this way either. And then open the knees and feet wide, whatever grip allows you to do that. And then see if rocking feels good or just staying still. Releasing the spine, opening up the hips here. Relax the upper body. Nice deep breaths here. One more breath. And then pull your knees back together, drawing the knees into the chest. Let's wrap the arms around and curl into a little ball pose so forehead meets the knees, and take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, just open up into a comfortable shavasana, taking a few moments to just let the body completely open. Now, if you do have back tenderness, you might want to bend the knees a bit. And you could slide pillows underneath your knees so that you can relax again. If you don't have that, you could even bend your knees and draw the knees together with the feet wide, and that might release the spine. You want to be in a comfortable place here, though, to find some stillness and just let your body integrate all the work you gave it, but to finish in this relaxed and still place. So legs are open wide and relaxed. The arms are open wide. And with the palms facing up, it just opens us more to a receptive and a letting go feeling within. Close your eyes. See if you can come back to the place as we started, where you're disengaged from the active mind, still taking a break from thinking, planning, looking back or forward, from emotions, from just here and now and tuned into. So see if you can soften your eyelids a little more. Let your focus fall inward more, falling deeply within your body to start to feel the movement of your breath within. Allow the breath to move softer, slower, and more internal. And then just feel the sense of peace and calm that this breath brings to you right now. Feeling this soothing breath moving through every inch of your body, of your being. Deep internal way. And then start to feel and sense more lightness filling you up from within. A lightness to your whole being, including your mind. Within that lightness comes peace and positivity, joy, love. When you're in that space, everything else falls away. Relax, relax, relax. Just breathe and stay here just a bit longer. And then I'll invite, if you want to stay in this space longer, please do. Stay here as long as you like. If you've got time, just be, relax, rest, tune out. Anyone that needs to get going in their day, begin to deepen your breath and bring some movements back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, circling the ankles and the wrists, gently moving your head side to side. And then we'll stretch out to a full body stretch. Arms reach back and the legs reach long. Point the toes forward. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend the knees again. Hug the knees to chest. Couple more rocks side to side, freeing up the spine. You can either rock yourself forward to a seat or roll to your side and press yourself up. And once you're in a seat, comfortable seat here. Oh my goodness, my hair's a mess. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Comfortable seat for you, whatever that is. And let's just close our practice. Bring the hands together at the heart. Close your eyes. And just feel how you feel from the practice. Strong, open, free, relaxed and calm, everything all in one, balanced, rejuvenated. See if you can keep this, carry it into your day. And then keep this practice going. So this practice will be here for you. There's tons of practices out there for you. Or maybe just do your own, but stay consistent with it to keep your health up, to keep your positive spirit up, to build your strength. Honoring everybody here and now, out in the world, connecting together, honoring the divine love and light within. Namaste.